Whoa, now YouTube. It's your main man, Air Gordon, with No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning. And we back, baby. We back. And today, we got a blast from the past for that ass. We got these Raging Bull 5s. Now, I done did these before on the channel about a year ago. And I gave you the rundown. Knock the shit over. I done gave you the rundown on how to clean the suede. Well, this time we just gonna go a little bit more in depth with it. Just a little bit. As you can see, not only does the suede need to be cleaned on these, but the midsoles need to be repainted, as well as the soles on yellow. So, we're going to take care of all of that today. I'm going to give you the full rundown from the color match on the midsoles, from how to get the crisp lines on the shark tee, because this is one of those midsoles that people tend to stay away from, especially beginners or inexperienced people, because they just don't know how to handle it. But we got you covered today. So, we ain't, in the words of Birdman, ain't no more talking left. Let's get it. No regrets. Ain't too much to talk about with this. Cut and dry restoration, if you even want to call it that. Like I said, the outsoles need to be unyellowed. The suede definitely needs to be cleaned. And the midsoles need to be repainted. The laces are already out, so we just gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna go ahead on and clean the shoe top to bottom. We're gonna fix this netting. We're gonna get it back to that frosty white that it's supposed to be. And we just gonna go from there. So ain't no sense in me sitting here talking with the shoe sitting in front of me. Let's get to what y'all came here for. All right, so after further review of these shoes will beat the shit. The area where they have the Jumpman on the soles, you can actually feel it. That's just how much traction is gone from the soles. The suede is scuffed up, scratched up. I mean, this is gonna be one of those, we'll see what it look like. But as always, you start off with the soles. You know how this go. I don't have to talk too much during this part. Let's get to the soles. Now, it's no secret, the cleaner you get the sole, the better results you get when you unyellow them. I take a few extra steps. One is taking acetone and a cotton ball and hitting the soles, because there's a lot of trapped in dirt that you can't see once you clean the sole off. And acetone is real good for getting that up. Plus, it's 100% safe to use on the rubber. Then I take some Glide mops. You can find these on Amazon. I use these to get into the cracks and crevices of the sole, the very few that they have on this particular sole, because like I said, ain't no damn traction on this thing. But I use that to get the dirt out of the little cracks and crevices that I can't reach with a cotton ball, towel, or brush. Then I take a cleaning eraser, spray some solution on it, and I use that to clean the bottom of the soles, just to neutralize all the acetone I put on there. And it helps to get up a lot of the leftover dirt, if you want to say that. And I also take and use it for the midsoles, real good for the midsoles. Now, because this has suede uppers, you do want to be careful not to oversaturate it. Just give it enough to where you're putting some solution through there and cleaning off everything. You'll be all right. Now it's time to tackle this suede. I want to give y'all a good look at how beat this damn suede is. It's got scuffs and scratches all over it. The owner got his money's worth on these for sure. And on the slick, it needs a re-dye. We're not doing that because he ain't paid for it, but I wanted you to see how it looks. You got to forgive the angles. Trying something new. Brush off the suede, hit it with a suede eraser, and do what you got to do with it. Y'all know how to clean suede at this point, or at least how I clean suede at this point. Now this next part that you're about to see is something I don't advise if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to see me in a few seconds grab a lighter, and what the lighter does is it burns off a lot of those frayed hairs that stick out. If you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with it. And then I come back behind it with a cuticle push in the event I might burn something, or an event that something's not as smooth as I want it to be or as buttery as I want it to be. That cuticle pusher helps wake up that dead suede. And that's what it looks like after the treatment. Now it's time to give the suede that butter love, baby. Set up there, spray that suede butter on there, give it a nice coat, and let it dry for about a minute, then brush it in. So we're gonna brush in the suede butter, give the shoe a real good cleaning, and we're going straight to the UV setup with it to see if we can get these soles back right. Be with y'all in a minute. All right, so we are back now after giving the shoe a deep clean and deoxidizing it, or unyellowing it rather. And I must admit, it did something for it, but the shoe is beat to hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. The suede was damaged, the scuffs all over it. Suede butter did its thing with it. We got as much oxidation out the soles as we possibly can. There's barely any traction on the soles. Like, these shoes have hit. So we're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna do the best we can with it. Now you're probably wondering, hey Gordon, where the hell you at? Right now, I'm inside the workshop of No Regrets Associate, No Regrets Rider, brand ambassador, Rehab Sneakers. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Rehab.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy, Mr. Rehab. And look, if y'all want to follow me at Rehab Sneakers on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
The man is bad. I'm telling you, he does some real great work. Like I said, he is a No Regrets Associate. So you will be seeing a lot of him when it comes to anything No Regrets. So make sure you give my man a sub up on his channel, Rehab Sneakers. The information is going to be right here. Check the man's channel out. Real good information on there. He gives you some real good gems. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tape these shoes up and prepare them for the repaint of the midsole. As you can see, I already jumped the gun and started taping up one shoe. We just going to keep it rolling. The midsoles on these newer model Jordans, it's almost impossible to take the paint off. So we're going to do the best we can to remove as much of it as we can. And also make sure that we have one of those nice, tight, right repaints on here to where the paint job is durable. So we're about to get into that. We're going to tape it off and we're going to hit it up. See y'all in a few. Now, when it comes to taping, there's no tips and tricks to this shit. If you understand a shoe where the midsole starts, where the uppers start, where the midsole stop, where the uppers stop, it's easy to tape. All you have to do is line the tape up where the midsole meets the uppers, put some tape right there, and what I like to do is I take a little cuticle pusher that I ripped the handle off to try and push that tape underneath that midsole to ensure that no paint gets on the uppers. When it comes to the soles, I just line the tape up with that little line on the soles. We all know what that line is, and tape it up. The air bubble, roll some tape up, put in there. Just make sure that your measurements are right. And that's it. Then, because this midsole is one of those newer model Jordans, I'm not even going to attempt to try and get the paint off there. So what I normally do with newer models, I sand them down real good. Typically after the sanding, I grab some Bulldog adhesion promoter and spray on the midsole to ensure that my paint job sticks and it lasts, but I'm not inside my shop. I'm inside rehab, so I'm gonna work with what I got. Now, for the tips of the shark teeth, all you need is fire red paint. Now, because we sanded and sprayed with adhesion promoter instead of completely stripping the paint off, we have a better guideline to work with when it comes to redoing the shark teeth. All you have to do is get your small detail brush and just try your best to follow along the guidelines. If need be, you can put some tape right there to make sure you get those sharp lines on it. I honestly don't like tape, so I don't need it. But you'll see how it comes out. And as you'll see in a couple of minutes, so far so good. Now this next part calls for white or flat white. I typically don't like using flat colors because when you hit it with the finishers, it makes the color brittle. It makes the job brittle. So I normally just flatten it or mat it out when I hit it with the finishers. But flat white for the little areas that need white. And then lastly, for the rest of the sole, or the midsole rather, black or flat black, whatever you prefer. Just make sure you take your time around those shark teeth because it can get ugly. And as you can see, I'm kind of taking my time with the paint job right in this area just because I want to make sure that I get it crisp, but I also don't want to hit that red on those shark teeth. You know, the object is to restore the shoe, not clean up your mess. So one hit of quitters over here, or at least I tried to. And here we go. I'm gonna give you a nice little before shot of what the midsole looked like once it was prepped. Then I'm gonna give you one of what it looked like after the job was done. I think I did pretty good. As you can see up close now, you see just how beat the shoe is, but we were able to do something with it. And that's how we roll.
And like that, that's wraps on these Raging Bulls that will beat the shit. I mean, I did what I could with them, y'all.
Midsole repaint, clean the suede. These shoes are hit. They just hit. Like, they're hit. But we were able to get some kind of life out of them. Guy probably got about another 2 years before you're gonna have to search for another pair, because there ain't even no traction on the soles. Like, this is as best as it's gonna get. I know y'all like to come to the channel to watch the shake backs, but sometimes the shake back is this is it. I mean, a shake back goes as far as the shoe allows it, and everything don't come back the same. That's just the unfortunate truth about this particular field of work. But we were able to clean up the suede using the no regret suede butter. We were able to get a lot of the oxidation or the yellowing out of the soles using the no regret sneaker cleaner. And speaking of which, suede butter is now available for pre-order. Yes, hit the link in the description. Pre-order you a bottle of suede butter. Pre-orders are open until the end of the month. Then we're going to start shipping them out. Get your bottle so you can get better results than what I got today. I mean, it's not the solutions, folks. These shoes are just hit. But that's all I can say about it. I'm Eric Gordon with No Regret Sneaker Cleaning. Don't forget to subscribe to Rehab Kicks Sneaker Channel. Anything you want to tell them before we go?
Man, and like he said, bro, he said them things would beat the shits, they would beat the shits. Like, hey, he shook them bitches back.
And that's what we do over here. Link is in the description to get your pre-order of suede butter. Make sure you cop that. Eric Gordon, No Regret Sneaker Cleaning. Always clean your sneakers with no regrets. I holla.